But what we'd like to do right now is let each one of the candidates give us about a 30-second closing statement, and then we'll wind up here. And since we started with Colleen on the beginning here, let's start at the other end here with Reginald on your closing statement, about 30 seconds each.
A close statement on me on family wages, small business, good schools, and how to start a new business within Columbia County. We need to start out small and work large, not to overwhelm the system, pollute the system, and basically looking at to security of the system. The community around and all the people around, a lot of crime is going on. We got to figure out a way how to concur with that problem. So we have to put jobs in place to have more taxes, fair share of taxes across the board for everyone to pay, so it'll be a very low one.
I just want to say I'm not a career politician, and I may not be a polished politician, but I'm open, I'm honest, I'm a hard worker, and I think I can relate to most everybody here in the audience. I think also as a commissioner candidate, or luckily enough to get your vote to be commissioner, I think we need to address what is actually a family wage job, and I don't believe family wage jobs are $10 an hour. And we need jobs that pay at least $20 an hour with full benefits, $25 an hour without benefits. People need to live, our kids need to have good schools, and at $10 an hour, the parents cannot be home to take care of the kids, and then we have to call on Sheriff Dickerson because then there's trouble. So we need to work really hard to get good paying jobs into Columbia County. Thank you.
I believe my experience on the local boards, the Clatskanie Rural Fire District, the Library District in Clatskanie, my lifetime as a public servant in Columbia County gives me an inside knowledge of how things work. I think priorities need to be public safety, our county roads, local jobs, finding ways to reduce our administrative costs, if that means sharing with other local taxing districts and cities, whatever we can do to work together, to listen to the people, and work hard to meet the public's needs.
We live in one of the greatest counties in the state of Oregon. I came to this job because I thought I could make a difference in maintaining the quality of life in this county. I eat, breathe, and sleep Columbia County. I love this county. My wife, when I get home, tells me to tone it down and talk about something else. I'm still committed. I always will be, on a national level, on a state level, and a local level. We need to stay focused because we have one of the greatest counties in the state. And we have, I think, some of the greatest opportunities in the state before us.
I think that our county is in a situation where we need change. I think that we need elected officials that are responsive to the citizens that come to them and don't ignore their desires and wishes and tell them to go someplace else. I promise that if you select me as your county commissioner, you can come to me with a problem and I'll listen to you, and I think it's time for change.
Having served on the Port of St. Helens, I really believe that economic development is the key for a better Columbia County. As I mentioned earlier, as a young person, Columbia County was hustling and bustling, and if you wanted to work, there were jobs. And so this is really a key. And I believe my lifetime experience of having dealt with people, not only in Columbia County, I've lived here most of my life, always owned property and had family here, but I believe my life experience in other counties, Clatsop County, Klamath County, Jackson County, I think that that gives me an overall broad view of some of the things that we can establish here in Columbia County, and I would really appreciate your support in the upcoming election. Thank you.
I've been a public servant my whole life. I believe in public service. I think it's important that we have people step up and do things in the public. As I look at our future as a county, I see that we have some very, very difficult times ahead. I have had experience dealing with very difficult times in a public setting. I've had the experience of working our way through those difficulties with people who have different viewpoints on things and be able to get that done successfully. This election should be based on, I believe, 3 things: competency, experience, and integrity. I believe I have those and would appreciate your support. Thank you.
Economic development is definitely the key. I have served in the public for the last 15 years, but I'm mom first before I'm anything. And I live in this community, my children live in this community, my parents lived in this community. I grew up here. It's very important to me that we find a balance between all of those jobs everybody says they want and the way we live our lives every day here. It's critical. I want to be able to have my kids still walk down the street and have it be safe, and maybe 8,000 jobs isn't what we're looking for. I want to be part of that change agent that finds the balance in the community, that brings the jobs that we need and still finds a way to manage the essential services, the essential social services we need. I think that's the other piece of this I'm not hearing a lot of people talk about. We need to build a healthier community, and it's not just about jobs.
Good. Thank you, candidates, very much, and thank you, audience. Let's give everybody an applause. I assume you don't mind mingling with these